Hi everyone. Today we will continue structure question modeling part 2. I have already explained you in part 1 so many things what is structure question modeling, where we have to apply, what is dependent variable, what is independent variable, what could be the analysis we can do in structure question modeling, and this is the software AMOS. What is the full form of the AMOS? So part 1 I had given you little bit introduction. So now today we will continue the same thing. First, let me explain you today what we have to do. CFA part at least we have to finish today. How we have to conduct CFA. I have already explained you in my previous video. Structure question modeling. All this one is the SEM is the combination of CFA, confirmatory factor analysis plus path analysis, structural model. So today in this video we will do it only this part, confirmatory factor analysis, how we have to run confirmatory factor analysis, right? And AMOS is a software. In this software we have to run our data. And before that, first, let me explain you what should be our data size. Minimum sample size, KMO, should be greater than 0.6, then data is okay. If it is lesser than this, then our data is not okay. Then you have to correct your data. Minimum sample size number of the statements should be 5 times. And sometimes some people, some researchers, they believe it should be 10 times. Some researchers, they believe 5 times. So I believe whatever is the your sample size should be, whatever is your number of the statement, it should be multiplied by 5. Let's say somebody have 15 statement, for 15 multiplied by 5. Or if 15 multiplied by 10, because 10 times is also, that would be, there would be the more clarity would be there, more good results would come out. So there would be, you can multiply number of the statements with the 10 times. DV must have an error term. Yes, of course, when we have to run structure question modeling, this one is the CFA measurement model. So all the dependent variables must have an error term, because we remember in a regression also, always we have error term, right? Predicted value, right? And observed value. So this one is the error term is there. None of the circle can exist on canvas without a box. That is also very, very important. None of the circle can exist on canvas without a box, right? And I would explain you when I have to run this CFA. And regression weight should be 1. One construct minimum should have 3 statements, right? Minimum 3 statements are required. If you have more, 4, 5 statements, then it's all right. But it should not be less than 3 statements, right? Then we come to the what is the difference between EFA and CFA? EFA means exploratory factor analysis. CFA means confirmatory factor analysis. And factor analysis, what we have done in past, in my playlist, there's the one video is on the data reduction factor analysis. This is actually we call EFA. Right? CFA, when we are confirming all these factors, then it would become validity and all these things we are checking. So this one is the confirmatory factor analysis. So factors are predetermined and then structure is confirmed through CFA. Those are the factor we had already taken through EFA. Then we are confirming, right? So this is the through CFA. Then EFA, if your instrument has never been explored before, that means first time you had collected data. I had already explained you in factor analysis. When the same kind of factor loading, right, we had clubbed them in one factor. We had given this particular thing in a factor name. And the aim of CFA is to confirm to what extent your model fits the data, right? Up to, because it would through statistical analysis, through this, when we have to run this CFA, so through chi-square test and other measurements through which we have to this model fit this data. Then after that, a CFA is computed to investigate how well the hypothesized factor structure fits with the data. The fit test seeks to find a non-significant result indicating good fit to the data. I will explain you one by one all those things, when this the good fit and when it is bad fit. what should be the values? Bad fit, all this one is the, I will explain you one by one all these things, how could be your values would come out. CFA is part of a larger analysis framework called structural equation modeling, SEM, and which combines CFA with path analysis. That means regression slope. When we would club both these things, CFA with path analysis, then it would become structure equation modeling. So today in this video only we will cover up CFA, confirmatory factor analysis. Then the most important part, how we have to interpret these results. That's the most important thing. Now you could see here, chi-square should be lower values indicate better fit. Chi-square should be low. That shows R. This one is the lower values of the chi-square shows better fit of the model. Here is the RMSEA. I will also explain you RMSEA. Lower values indicate better fit. It should be lesser than 0.06. Right. So that means your this one is the model is very good. Then SRMR, lower values indicate better fit. It should be less than 0.08. Comparative factor index, CFI, what we can call it, CFI, right? I would also like write it CFI, right? Because there would be these terms we are using. Higher value indicate better fit. It should be greater than 0.95. And Tucker-Lewis index, higher value indicates better fit, greater than 0.95 values, right? But before that, I have to give you one, how we have to create this one is the model in our AMOS software, how we are using AMOS. Let me explain you. Number one, I had already given you all these icons. Those are available on AMOS in previous video, but once again, we will revise it. I have taken, there is the one, this is my questionnaire. Construct and measurement items. I have taken, these are my unobserved variable and these are my observed variable. Under this unobserved variable, environment concern. If I would like to know people whether they are environmental concern. So EC1, EC2, EC3, I had given these names and these are the three statements. I had collected data on 7-point Likert scale and people had responded and these three statements, like I concern about air pollution, I'm concerned about environmental problems, I care about energy conservation, etc. There is the three statements I have taken. And then the second one is unobserved variable is perception of economic benefit, PEB. And again, it is supported by the three variables. I believe that because I would like to know perception about the economic benefit of the customers. So through these three statements, I can get the response, and after that I can evaluate. Then third one is the perception of e-vehicle, PV, right? Again, there are the three statements. I think that riding comfort of electric vehicle would be good. I think that driving performance, I think that in that way. Then the government policies, and then behavioral intention. Then we come to the, let me come to the, this is the, basically I had already created, I had run, but how we have to create, let me take one new file. I would open up. Yes. So this is my new canvas, right? And canvas you can increase and decrease, as I said earlier also. You can increase or decrease through your mouse, right? That one is the on mouse. There's the top, on the top of this mouse. There's a one wheel. You can increase or decrease this canvas. Then this one is the our rectangle, right? And this one is the, where is the, we have to put our observed values, and this one is our unobserved value, unobserved. This would be the unobserved constructs would be here, right? Suppose we would like to run CFA, right? So now what we have to do, right? Then you could see here this one, right? Then I have three, how many? I have three statements. So I need only these 3 rectangle boxes, right? Now what we have to do, we can rotate them, right? We can rotate them. You could see here in that way, right? I have rotated them. Now, same way CFA, I would like to run CFA for all my 5. These are the, you could see here in my questionnaire. You could see here in my questionnaire. This is my questionnaire, right? So I need my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 unobserved variable, right? So I need, these are the total number of this figure. I need 5 times. So what I have to do, I will copy these things, right? So copy is, this one is the icon, you know, we will click on this, right? And complete this thing, right? So what we have to do, you could see here again, third one, because in my all the construct there are the 3 statements, so I can copy this, right? And again I will copy this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 I required. Then what I have to do, we will, there is the, we have to give them name also, and we have to connect also. But first of all, right, I am giving you, let me call my one file, right? File name is here, right? So let me take my one file, and I will take this file, let's say this file, right? I will open up this file, okay, right? And in this file, when you will click on this file, you could see here, just a moment, you could see here. So we have to give them names, right? These, in this file, all the variables are available here, right? So EC1, I will drag it. EC2, then EC3, simply we have to GP1, GP2, GP3, these parameters. But this one is the means, here is one more thing, just a moment. Here is, this one is my variable name is environment concern. So I'm giving just environment, correct? Environment. This one is our government policy. So I will give this variable name is government underscore, nothing would be, please don't give any space. When you are, suppose I would like to give 2 names, government policy, so underscore should be there, right? So it is same way like in SPSS also, when you are mentioning your this variable name, so underscore or in continuation you have to give this name. If you would give a gap, so it will not take it, it will show error. Now we come to the again, what other variables? Yes, PEV1, we will drag it. PV2, we will drag it. PV3, we will drag it here. We drag it here, right? Then this is the name of this unobserved variable is my perceived economic benefit. This one is one more construct, right? I had given this. Then further, the next one is PV1, PV2, PV3, right? That means it is the perception about electric vehicle. So I had mentioned here, right? Again, I will take it one more. Yes, behavioral intention parameter 1, behavioral intention parameter 2, behavioral intention 3. Right. So we have to give this variable name behavioral intention. Right, behavioral intention. Right. So these are my those are the unobserved variables. We want to check, right? CFA, we would like to run whether there is any correlation, they are fit for further analysis or not. So now all these things, this one is the double side arrow. So we will connect them, this one, until unless, see, again I'm repeating, undo it. You cannot leave it until or unless, suppose I would like to connect it, you cannot leave it until unless it is become green, right? Then you can leave it. Again, I would like to connect it. Then this is, then this one. Now further, this one is the variable should be connected with other variables also, right? So third one, then okay, I will undo it just a little bit, it would be closer. This thing here, then after the same thing would be here, and again it would be with this also, right? And now this government policy and all that should also be, it is connected from this way through towards the perceived benefit, and here is the towards the environment, and again now we will connect towards the perception of electric vehicle, then again I have to connect it through this thing. Same way this should also be connected, right? Correct. And all these are connected. 1 2 3 4, right? Now these are our error terms, so we have to give them name, right? When you have to press, when you have to double click on it, so you have to say E1, right? And this would be E2, that would be E2, right? E2, sorry, here is, we will write E2, E2, right? And there would be E3. As I said earlier also, on each and every observed variable that would have the dependent variable would have a error term. So this would be, now it would be E4. I will tell you another way also how it will automatically will take all these error terms name. E5, then there is E6, because why I would like to explain each and everything, because initially that would be difficult, but otherwise once you would learn, it is very easy to run this structure equation modeling. E8, then it would be E9, right? E9, right? Then there would be E10, E10, and E11. Like you can reduce this font size also, like this one is the 18, right? So I can reduce this font size also. It would be 16, 15, right? You could see here. And then E12. Further is E13. Then E14. Then E15. Right? So 15 error terms are here. Let's say this part is, you could see it. This one is the clipboard. If you will select this and you will select this, right? So you can copy complete, this one is select, right? And clipboard, and you can copy this, right? And sorry, just a moment. Deselect, right? When you will do that, and you can paste it on your Word document. So this is my Word document is already open. I would like to paste it. Now you could see here a portion that is not on canvas, right? So that is not coming over here in my Word document. What is happening, that is incomplete diagram is here. So make sure whenever you are creating any this thing, any variables you are going to define here, everything should be on canvas. So up now what I have to do, I will select all, I will this thing, and I will move it, right? I can move it, this complete figure on my canvas, right? I will deselect this. This is moving. This is the clockwise, right? Now what I have to do, I would like to copy this. Now again, I will try to copy this, right? I will paste it here, right? So now you could see this, there's the comparison, right? This is incomplete data, right? Because that was not on canvas, but this is the complete one because everything that is on canvas. So you could carry it forward on your Word document. Now, what we have to do now, we will run. Here is, you could see here. Now this is my file, right? Okay, correct. And these are the parameters. Yes, indirect, direct, and output is here. And okay, and estimation is maximum likelihood, right? Estimate, means, and intercept also. Okay, I will check. Otherwise, I don't require, leave it. Right. So now we will run this file. Right. First of all, I will save it. Right. I will say, let's say this file is today is not Ashu. I will say, let's say Gupta. And today's date, today's what day? Today's 12. I will save it this file until or unless you will not save it. Now this file is right. Moment I had run this file, you could see here this sign is red. That means there is no error in your file. That is why, and a moment I will click it on, you could see here, here is the, now we can increase this size. And now again, we will copy this diagram in my Word document. We will delete this because I don't require this one, this document, right? And this thing is here. I will also delete it. This is the old one, and now I will paste it here. So now this complete diagram is here, right? Now one more thing I would like to show you, that's the very important. This is the without values. Now you could see here, this one is the right. Here is drag properties. Now, because I would like to go for this beautification of my diagram, so you can click on height and weight, right? So when you will click on this, right, EC1, and you will drag this. Just a moment, deselect this. Sorry. And I will click on this height and weight, height and width, right? Now I will click on this, and you could see here. This one is also a similar size, right? If I would select, right, this complete figure, and I will select this and I will drag it. So you could see here, in a one go, I'm not doing one by one, in a one go, all these error terms size, it is same as it is rectangles they have. As well as this one is the touch up, right? If you're sometimes you will click, just a moment, one by one you can do it, deselect this, right, touch up. So we will see here sometimes arrow, this one is the, we will click on this, right, arrow little bit, those are not in the proper shape. I mean, they should be perfection when we have to go for this touch up. You could see here, this the one more, this one is the lens. Through this you can see sometimes our diagram is very big, right, on this canvas. There we have so many parameters, so many this thing. So through you magnifying glass, you can see here what are these values, and values would be helpful. Let's say I will deselect this, and let's say these are the values. Up now I would like to see, these are the very small numbers. I would like to see these values, so you can see here, right, because these values would be visible to you. Then deselect this, and that would be in our page, right? And you could see it. See, if earlier what happened, that was this diagram was something else, and when moment I had clicked on it, that is fit in a page. And as well as suppose we want to move something, right? So suppose I want to move this particular this thing, so I would select this, right? This one is the for the complete for this is the complete figure you can move, right? What else? A complete figure you can move up. I had selected, so see, this is the complete figure that is moving, right? If I will deselect this and simply I will select this, so only one thing only I could be able to move, only this part you could see here, Only this part I could be able to move. But I would like to move this complete figure. So what I can do, you could see here. You could see here. This one is the complete figure we can, right? So in that way, I'm sure all these tools you people would be feeling comfortable, right? Where we are going to use these tools, right? Undo. This is the undo, right? So undo. So I did it, and again I will select and I can move it, right? This thing, correct? So in that way, some results has come out. I will show you my output also. You could see here, these are my outputs. I can show you, this is my output for this file. So first is analysis summary. What is analysis summary? Date and time is there. Today is Monday, July 12, 2021. This is the time, 8:36 p.m. And this is the file name is Gupta, 12/7/2021. I usually save my files by the name of the, I mean first name, then date. Because then I will get to know which one is my recent file, updated file. So this one is the 12/7/2021 and this is the time. So now we will come to the nodes for groups, right? This is showing the model is recursive and sample size. Recursive, there is the, this one is the total number of the sample sizes, 371 I collected. Let me show my, this file also. See here. Okay. How I had collected my data. Let me open up my file, any file I'm just opening up. My SPSS, okay, this one is. You could see here, I have collected data. These are my variables, right? I had collected data. EC1, EC2, EC3, GP1, GP2, GP3, and total number of all the variables are defined here. And total number of responses I had collected, you could see here 371. This is my data file. And you also on the Likert scale, you would collect your data through your respondents. And for the good sample size, at least for the structure question modeling, when you are running this thing, so you should have at least more than 250 data is required. So now we come to this output file, right? This is my output file. 371 is my sample size. When we come to this thing, variable summary. So variable summary here is, you could see here, observe endogenous variables. These are endogenous variables, right? EC3, EC2, EC1, right? All the variables, these are observed variables. Unobserved variables, those we cannot measure by with the respondents, right? Unobserved, or we can call it exogenous variable. So this one is the environment. These all are error term, E1, E2, E3, government policies, right? E6, E5, E4. This one is the perceived observed value. E9, E8. Observed value means, I mean, perception about the economic benefit, this thing. And E9, E8, E7, perception about electric vehicle, right? And behavioral intention. So these all are unobserved, or we can call it exogenous variable. That means observed variable means we had asked to our respondents only these variables. And on the basis of these variables, we are analyzing, we are calculating, we are constructing one model. And always please keep remember, this is an hypothetical data. Please do remember, they should be behind, before running a structure question modeling, you should have any particular theory. Because nothing is there ki, I mean, coronavirus, suppose you would like to you would like to, you have collected data on the coronavirus, right? So there should be behind some there would be one theory, right? Ki coronavirus is not good for health, right? Or coronavirus is harmful to the economy, right? But through this thing, right, there would be theory should be supported. And here is, you could see here, variable counts, right? Group number 1, number of the variables in your model, 35, right? How come 35? I will show you how come is 35. See, count it here. 1, 2, 3, 3, all 3, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So I'm sure you understand. This is my number of the variables in your 35, number of observed variables 15. You could see here, these are my observed variables 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These all are 15. And 20 is my unobserved variables. You could see this is the list of the unobserved variables, right? And number of exogenous variables 20. We are calling it exogenous variables, observed variables, right? And unobserved variables, endogenous is 15. So I'm sure and we come to the parameter summary. We will go in, in the next video, I would explain you all those things further. But till the time, please do practice. It looks easy, right? We have to run because when you will start, so there would not be any symmetry. Like same thing is here. You could see here. Here is this one is the perceived economic benefit, right? That is outside this box, right? So what we can do, we can resize this box. We will select all, and we can, you could see here, we can select this all and we can resize. You could see here, this one is the, we can resize. Just a minute. We can resize this thing, right? So here is, we can resize in that way, right? So or what we can do here is, sorry, right, we can resize this thing. And what, deselect this, and I will click on this, and this font size you can reduce. So that would not be outside your box. So I have reduced, right? And now it is within the box. So in that way, you can increase or decrease size of this, right? So please do practice. Then we will discuss unstandardized estimates, standardized estimates, right? And how we have to know about all these values, right? We will understand, right? So this is why unstandardized. You could see here, these all are values. So we will interpret this CFA model. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sure that would be helpful to you. And further more videos we will discuss.